Y'all are some real soul family. Some real witches and wizards out here. So you can do this hip too. Like, well, my hips are they a little tight. And just clear any blockages, any stuck energy. My babies are all up. I'm so happy. I'm surprised. We're gonna do a little tarot. I wanted, because there was some weird energy I noticed yesterday, and I wanted to dive deeper into it. And I've been in my Isabel mode, I guess you could say, aspect for the last couple days, and I gotta bring Aiyah back and root her in the body. Hi, Hugh. Yeah, I take naps, I think. My cards and love. I just wanted both of these. I don't know, they both feel so good. And you can even use these like Palo Santo sticks if I want. See, this one's making me aware of stuck energy I got over here in the heart, or the opposite side of the heart. And you just pull. Y'all, I saw some funny shit earlier. I saw a spirit dash across the room and go into my dresser. Like, it like went through, and I was like, why you leave? I said, you want to come through here? Why don't you come back and talk, since you want to just fly through people's rooms and shit? Isn't Palo Santo so nice? It's such a sweet feeling essence. I was like, come back. You want to fly through my room, bitch? Come back. But it was so clear. And it's funny how all this stuff is coming up, I think for a lot of people, more clear than ever. I'm sitting here eating, not paying no attention. That motherfucker shot across the room. I'm like, for real? Where the fuck were you hiding at? Yeah, it was like this spirit. It was like a light. It's like these white lights. I like when the gold orbs come though, because they're so beautiful. And they almost seem to like come in and then they just like burn out, the gold orbs. Have you seen those? Alright, so I'm gonna align myself with the energy of the collective consciousness and Gaia herself. I haven't checked the Schumer resonance. Maybe after this I'll do an email on it and we'll see where the earth is at too. I gotta do one more. Yep, I gotta shuffle this one more time. It doesn't feel right yet. Shit, the channels are open. I kept them bitches closed for about 2 days. I was tired of channeling. But open now. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Set those energies right so you get an accurate reading. It's so soothing. Sometimes I get tired. That's interesting. We had a 4 Cups reverse coming up. People coming out of that deep thought. Not eating, not sleeping, not even meditating, just sitting there. Other people could be going deeper into it. Depression, it feels like. Even though the 4 Cups technically isn't depression, but it feels like there's some people going, this card just feels like people going deeper into depression. Just for the whole world. The Hermit, look. But this particular Hermit card is one of my absolute favorites. I've been seeing white orbs. I saw one hanging in my room on a corner. Yeah. It gets so weird, right? So when I'm seeing this Hermit card, so these cards are coming up as opposites. One is almost like a state of anxiety emotionally, and having a hard time like discerning how you feel, or a certain situation coming up that really makes you emotionally uncomfortable. So you're going deeper into this depression until it almost is like you can't go deeper into it, so you sort of fall out the bottom or come out the bottom. I don't know if people are going to actually have their issues resolved, or they're just going to get so tired of being stressed out that they're just going to let it go. And that typically is where you'll get your answers anyway. And then I'm seeing this Hermit card actually going within and without. So there's another sect of people that are, damn, my hand started itching. Okay, I got some money coming in. All right. But when I see this Hermit card, this one here, it's almost like a within and without sort of thing on this Hermit card. So while some people are going deeper into depression, maybe having to shed aspects of the humanity, other people are actually because this Hermit looks strong. You know what I'm saying? He's looking strong. This other motherfucker's out here looking weak. Like super, super weak. So when I'm looking at these, and they're both blue, right? So that's the color of the throat chakra, communication. So this is more spiritual communication. He's getting strength, right? He's bringing heaven down to earth. He's going within, but he's able to see that what's happening within him is happening in the reality. It's as within, so without, as above, so below. So this person here is taking his spirituality and allowing it to actually give him strength, while this person here is actually wasting away because they're not nourished spiritually, and then they're going through it emotionally. So they're really having a hard time rectifying the two. This is having to, it's almost like being in your humanity is making you spiritually starve at this time. That's what I'm seeing with these two cards. Oh, I'm just doing a world reading. I'm not doing personal readings today. Come back on tomorrow, or you can book with me. Actually, I'll just put it in the comments here if you want to too, because I do personal readings. And for that one, I'll cut you a deal. Just book as a mediumship, and I'll cut you a deal, and you can, you know what I'm saying, like actually get your answer, and probably get even more than that. And then if I feel called, maybe I'll work with the fates. I don't charge to work with the fates because it's very sacred, but I also don't do it for a lot of people. So I really got to go within and discern whether it is proper to work with the fates for you. It's not something that I can offer as a paid service because it's too sacred. And not everybody is on a certain level where they can have their fate changed. Alright, let's see, we got, damn, a lot of fours. 4 cups, the Hermit, which is, what number are you? 9. And then I'm seeing, yeah, because it's 10 with the 1 in front is the 9, right? And then I'm seeing 4 swords reversed. So then there's definitely going to be changes. See, this 4 swords in this particular deck is actually people coming together, but and they're coming together at an oasis, they're laying their weapons down. So when I see it reversed, that's soul families, people, there's a lot of reorganizing going on, friends coming in, friends going, like your real ones are gonna stay with you. But friends coming in, friends going, that's just what's going on right now for people. You're not as safe as you think in this oasis with these people. And I'm getting some backstabbing energies too. I don't know, these swords look ominous to me, almost like people are ready to pick up their swords, or they're sort of looking at each other like, how can I Well, who do I have to, you know? Oh, whoops. I put his shit by accident as the pin comment. Wait. Replace that motherfucker. Pin that one. Queen of Swords. Yeah, that's interesting. The Queen of Swords in this deck, and y'all see the lovers are actually in the background. This is the actual lovers from this deck are in the background. So when I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, she's got the white dove. She is about peace, but she also don't play no games. And then we also have the sign of Gemini. And then we have the lovers there too. That's interesting. So maybe opposing ideas, but see, she still has to defend herself, even though she knows, like, she's aware that something else is going on outside of her. She's like, oh yeah, I see what's going on over there. She's just, when this particular Queen of Swords is asking us to just remain aware and just to make sure that we're on guard against certain things, to choose your words wisely. It doesn't mean you got to go out and say what you need to say, but it does mean that you should pull back a little at times and just observe. And then when you do have to say something, you say it in a particular way. Instead of just having diarrhea of the mouth, you be more calculated with what you're saying. And this is also an expansion of ideas. And the purpose of acting this way is to keep this peace and harmony. The sign Gemini being here is telling me that this is also expanded awareness, expanded ideas, being able to see all sides, which is why sometimes you want to sit back and view all sides to a situation before you comment on it. And then I'm going to pull one more and then I'll switch the decks. Ooh, Eight of Pentacles reverse. I should probably clarify this one. Eight of Pentacles reverse. So this is obviously watching for some manifestation, but I feel like some people have stopped looking. And they're just tired of waiting for their ships to come in, so they're probably not even paying attention to that. But this is good sometimes, because when you stop looking and you stop focusing on something so much, it allows the space for the manifestation and the energy to go up to the higher self and then to come back down. So there's a little period in between sometimes. All right, this deck is ugh. Next deck. You know what? I'm going to get the Santa Muerte deck because there is something hidden going on. And even though this message is pretty mundane at this time, I get suspicious when it's this plain. I get highly suspicious. So I have to see what's happening. And I know Santa Muerte is finna give us the raw deal here. She don't play no games, but something feels hidden. So let's see. Santa Muerte. Hello. Can you give us some of these deeper messages, please? Thank you. Nine of Swords reversed. This is super interesting. I'm going to look up the meaning. This is what it looks like. It's a cool card, huh? I'm going to do my interpretation of it, and then I'm going to look up the meaning. But I don't know. The reversals don't matter as much in this deck, but sometimes they do. So I still read the reversals here. Oh, we have the Strength card coming up. And this is why the Queen of Swords came up. Because you're really going to have to tame that animal self. Tame the beast within. And it almost looks like he's putting the hands over his mouth like, shut the fuck up. Don't be petty right now. It's not the time. Okay. I'm going to pull the traditional tarot too to see what's going on the world stage. Because there's a quiet Four of Pentacles. And this chick is like a giant and she's like terrorizing the town. Four of Pentacles reversed. I love these cards. Look at that. I will show you the upright. Aren't they great? They're so fucking cool. Now we got the Emperor at the bottom of the... I didn't even check the bottom of the deck for the other one. Alright, I'm going to pull one more from here. Something weird. Can you please give us a final message? And then I have to still read the book on these because this is a brand new deck. Page of... Because every deck is different. Page of Swords reversed. That's interesting too. And the Page of Air, obviously, this is the upright version of the card. There's definitely going to be some big miscommunications. Alright, she said one more. Happening right now. And Five of Swords reversed. Holy shit. Five of Swords is deception, but look at that card. They're trying to mind their business, and then there's these swords coming out of nowhere to attack them. But I'm seeing this as a reversal. Alright, alright. King of Pentacles reverse. This motherfucker looks stingy. He is walking off. He's not walking. He is running off with the bag, okay? That was a reversal too. Okay. We've got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. And let's see what my dearest, what they had to say about some of this. Look at swords. You can. No. I need swords. I need swords. Is this page Arcana? I don't try to ever talk about what Arcana I am in. This is Wands. This is Pentacles. These look like chalices. Yep. That means swords is probably right at the end. Yep. Intellectual air. There's a lot. And swords makes the energy dry. Air makes the energy dry sometimes. So we have to be careful about that too. It's like, ugh. Let's see what Miss Something what they had to say here. Nine of Swords. Preconditions for a possible crisis due to a period of enclosure and isolation. That came up with the Hermit. A seclusion well utilized, however, will enable new wisdom. And that was the two versions we saw. Or one person got further into their spirituality and the other person got, like, they went in hermit mode and got depressed and got further away from their spirituality, and the other person actually embraced it and it strengthened them. So this makes a lot of sense. Act with strength and prudence, ensuring your ideas are well focused and directing your strength, all your strength on these. Makes sense. New light and a new nourishment, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. So use your time alone to channel new wisdom. You know, do research, go deeper in your meditation. That's going to be important. I don't think I have to go into the strength card because, and see this Four Swords, Four Pentacles. Look at this. I think some people are going to be losing some money. This, because four is the number of stability. The stability of 4 gives this card a positive balance. Continue to concentrate on your present situation, working and resisting any eventual obstacles or barriers. Okay, so only a certain passivity due to stagnation could leave us prey to superior external forces, like what's happening in this card, where she's coming in and destroying everything. So it's going to be really important right now for with your finances and stuff. You start to, which I've been working on this lately, so it's pretty funny that this came up. But you start to realign and be wise. There's going to be a shaking. Things are shaking up. That's all I can say about that. We're in an in-between time that's kind of weird, though. So I'm going to have to do a deeper channel on this, because I'm finding the energy myself a little strange, personally. Oh, see the other languages? Oh, God. No wonder Ouija's been coming up. Look, Ouija, Oracle of the Dead. Goes into great detail. Lord, you can do a Ouija board with this shit. No wonder. Ouija came up again. The Ouija board's been coming up for me all week. Like, I probably have to go and buy one. Night. Page. Perseverance. Be prepared and evaluating all possible. Through which situation could degenerate and vent. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. And a lot of people are not going to have any foresight, which is why this is reversed, especially in a world reading. So this is all about having prudence and having foresight. So then that's doubling the energies of the Queen of Swords. Obviously, that's a confirmation. And so we have two confirmations on having foresight. This is a very earthy, like earth energy reading. We must be going into some earth energies. Or some energies that require some earth for some grounding. This is a very earthy reading about stability, about Page of Swords is about seeing this, in this deck is about seeing the different situations. And it might even, the fact that he's writing, it might even be good for you guys to write things down so you can just get different angles, you know, write out lists and stuff when you're dealing with a difficult situation, whether it be something personal, whether it be romantic, you know, you might want to do pros and cons or something like that. And all these things will help you on your path so that you can be more aligned and attuned to what's going on, because I'm telling you, I'm feeling there's a hiddenness to this energy. Every time it feels that weird numbness, which I'm feeling right now, I know that something is being hidden. I'm very like adept when it comes to being able to connect and pull out what is hidden. That's like what I do. I'm always pulling out what is hidden. So the fact that the energy right now seems so complacent and calm, and I'm like, nah, I don't trust this shit. There's something under the surface that's not coming to the surface yet. A great inner conflict is a flick, and it doesn't feel. See, there's a difference between something being numbing, where it doesn't want you to see truth, and true peace and bliss. True peace and bliss is still stimulating to an extent. You don't want to be overstimulated, obviously, but it you can feel all of it. This energy right now, it's not like that. And I'm finding it a little strange. A great inner conflict is afflicting us and makes us feel humiliated. Fleeing or fighting seems to be the only way to deal with the situation. It will only be through acquiring a new point of view. Once again, I think this new moon is going to be in Aquarius too. So points of views are going to be really important right now. And following the flow of the battle, that we will manage to undermine this negative destiny. Oh, improving ourselves and exiting the crisis, strengthened and enriched. Okay, it says this is not a moment. This is the advice of the dead. This is not the moment to oppose what seems to be adverse, but to follow its movements and its flow, exploiting it to your advantage. And that also, hey, peace, what's up? That also is confirming the Queen of Swords that was here. Because this is all about, this card is all about taking a second and sort of seeing the flow of manipulation that you're dealing with so that you can come up with a good strategy. And not even being offended, like right now is not the time to sit here and be angry with people or be offended by others. Like when information comes to you regarding maybe somebody who's betrayed you or someone who's had some negative thoughts about you, like you've had negative thoughts about people. So don't even be offended. Just be like, oh, okay, I see what it is. Cool. Let me see how they're acting moving forward. Let me see if they change. Because I have very little judgment, I do this actually quite a bit myself, where I just sit. People think I don't know shit about them, and I don't be asking to know stuff. I don't be wanting to know what people really think about me sometimes, honestly. because it just be so full of all these delusions and all these fucking stories that they've made up in their heads in their time alone. They need to do stuff so they can stop being alone. Motherfuckers need to do things. Leave me the fuck alone. So they come up with all these fantasies. And I don't get offended when archons come in or these outside entities come in and try and manipulate people's consciousness. I'm just like, all right, cool, you're having a test. What are you going to do with that? And I think I'm grateful that I'm not offended by people being tested. It's actually a good thing, because when people are tested and then when they're honest with you themselves about what things they thought in the past or what they went through in their test, and they were able to come to you and be like, nah, but like, I went through this, I had a moment, but you know what, I'm still on your side, because at the end of the day, this is what I decided. Once I was able to see what was really going on, this is what it was. And I really appreciate that aspect, and I like to watch how people respond to being tested, because sometimes I know I'm testing someone. Spirit will put me in a certain position and even say certain things just to test someone, just to see where they're at. And it's not for me personally, it's because either their higher self is like, all right, they need this test and you're the only one that can do it, or it'll be just the divine will. Like it's when you're at a crossroads, somebody has to be the bad guy, even if they're not really the bad guy. And you have to learn in that space, how can I follow my heart? How can I follow my heart to find truth instead of being manipulated into believing something that isn't true? And in this time of air, people need to really get grounded and come back down to earth, because air element is where archons play. That's their favorite fucking dimension. They be in this dimension, this fourth dimension, fucking shit up. So since we're pretty much in the fourth dimension already. Since they be in this dimension just fucking shit up, individuals will be so far away and disconnected from their hearts that they're believing all these fucking analytical fucking thoughts. And these fucking thoughts, and they're going so far out there with the mind that they're not going back into the heart to check if what they're experiencing is true and real, because you'll feel it in your heart. If your heart isn't clear, then you can't feel. So that's basically what happens. And then we have King of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, there's going to be some, I'm hearing transfer of wealth. So this is pretty interesting so far. Let me see what else. I'm not even going to look in the book for that, because the first thing I heard, I was like, got you. But then we got this Emperor card. So yeah, right now is about just staying your ass quiet and working on your finances and working on your position in the world. You know, positioning yourself properly for a prosperous future. Sometimes I purposely don't position myself. And then we see the Wheel of Fortune. See? The wheel is turning. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes I purposely don't position myself well, because I like to challenge myself and see what I could come up with when I have nothing. It's more exciting for me. But then other times I'm like, all right, I have other shit I got to take care of. I can't indulge myself in my own way of doing things. Excellent. It's about time, right? It is about time. I don't know who else to pull a message from. I don't want to go too high vibrational with it. I kind of want to stay down to earth with this, because what's happening on earth. I'm between the fairy forest. The angel cards are going to go all over the place, so we ain't even going to go there. These cards are working nicely too. I'm between the fairy forest and the oracle deck. I think we're going to go fairy forest and see what comes up. This is one of my favorite decks. And we'll just let the ladies tell us what's going on. Ooh, King of the Dark Wood or Elves. It's the first one I see, and then I see prophecy on the other side. Okay. Come through, King of the Dark Wood Elves. I'm gonna come back like some point today after I take another nap, because I guess that's what I should call these naps, and probably do some readings for you guys. Yeah, the first thing that comes up, prophecy, guidance, direction. 33, the number of mastery, and then 6, also the number of man. Y'all check that out there. So we have prophecy, guidance, direction. I might read from the book for her, even though I know her pretty well. Ooh, the wizard. All right. Wait, no, that was good. Because it was weird because I did a ritual and these exact cards came up, so it kind of freaked me out. 15, the Rune King, Wise One, Counselor. Right? This is feeling like the energy of seeking. It's also 6. If we get 6, 6, 6, I'm going to lose my shit. Because it's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. And like, that's ascension. Basically, you're sending out of that form. Become the 777. Ooh, okay. So we have 669, which is a 6. So it is ascension. The 9 coming up. The Wild Hunt, excitement, frenzy, and journey. The Wild Hunt is a fun one. A fun one. But why are these coming up in this? Because this is not telling a story. It almost seems like these are fragmented energies. This is very strange. Yeah, I'm going to check the book on these because this is like weird that these are coming up this way. Shapeshifter. 4, number of stability, transformation, primal wisdom, and instinct. Right, Miss Owlhead there. And then I'll pull one more. This is so strange. 9, 2 6s. Ooh, she who laughs. 3. Humor, perspective, and mirth. This is a beautiful card too. And this is actually one of my favorites also. I love pulling her. Alright, alright. These cards want to give one more message. These cards are really, really good when you need to ask a question and you need advice. Because the fairies give really good advice on earthly matters for some reason. 7 7. That's crazy, Miss Love. Saw 7 on my phone just before I tuned into the reading. Yeah. So we are going through a 10. Then we have 42. So we're ending on 6. Bliss. Contentment, satisfaction, security. Also, this is like the true nature of bliss, as opposed to the numbing feeling. That bottom of the deck, you already know, the master himself, King of the Darkwood Elves. Credibility, status, authority. And this would be very similar to the Emperor. So there are some extremely powerful masculine energies available right now. If you would tap into them, that although they might seem a little rougher, I would love to hear some men just talk like men. And not try to be all sugar-coated and shit and just talk how they talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear men try to sugarcoat shit or try to get pussy or whatever. I want to hear men talk like men. Talk your truth, talk your shit, and be honest. Like, so the King of the Darkwood Elves and then the Emperor also coming up at the bottom of the other deck is telling me that there are some very beautiful masculine energies to tap into right now that help to shape destiny. So if you can tap into a balanced version, and they're upright, so these are the balanced versions of these energies. You don't want to tap into the negative side of the Emperor because he becomes a tyrant. But the balanced side of the Emperor creates a lot of stability for others and is able to rule and be fair. And even though he might not always be the nicest person, the Emperor really, even though he might not be nice, but he'll always be fair. Same thing with the King of the Darkwood Elves. He's always going to give you good advice, but he's just not going to be nice because he's not about that bullshit. He's not going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you the truth, and it might come out harsh sometimes. So don't get offended right now by people who, especially men, which I love when men do this, because it is like men who have just been honest have helped me so much in my path. Like, so much, because I don't always And I think as a woman, we can't always understand the perspective of a man. So I'm really fucking vibing with that energy. All right, let's check. Let's see if there's any additional messages coming through. At least we didn't get Otherworld. Yeah, we're definitely in a really interesting in-between time right now. Let's see. Yep, those who can see beyond the present moment. This is also about having foresight. See the way the web is woven, who can connect to the strands and share with others messages they long to hear. Such is the one Viola, a witch, a seer, a woman who can see beyond the physical world. When she comes to you, you're being asked to connect to your own roots, symbolized by her stallion, her earth. Making space to act. That's interesting because then the wizard comes in right after, and he's a counselor. But she's saying you have to make a space to act on the guidance that is given. So that's interesting. Also, it's seeing beyond the veil, which most people are seeing beyond the veil, but I mean beyond the illusion, even the illusion of others. A lot of people lately are indulging in their own version of illusion. So sometimes you want to like set the paranoia down, and I have to do a rant about this shit because it's been very fucking annoying. Like, listen, I had to come back. Y'all were stressing Aya out. This bitch had to go back. She'll be back in a couple days. I gotta lay my ass down, go into meditation, do a ritual, pull her back in. Y'all were stressing her the fuck out. So I said, all right, I'm the sword, I'm the warrior, I will come back. Y'all niggas piss me the fuck off. So that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I like to rest and relax and enjoy my life. Please stop bothering me. But it's because nobody honored the higher aspect coming in, truly. And she doesn't deal with money and all this shit. She doesn't know nothing about this realm. So for her to have to learn how to do human shit, she's like, nah, I'm out. I'm like, okay, I will pull you back when it makes sense. People. This wizard is out and proud about their beliefs and revels in the public use of knowledge. That's important. This card concerned when one has embraced their spiritual journey, and your joy in embracing your true self is evident. There will also be recognition, sometimes very favorable indeed. You are beginning to do what you only once dreamed of doing. Becoming whom you once, is funny because I'm talking about Aya, dreamed of being. Your aura is charged with a healing green light. That's funny because I had a green light on in here last night. Your eyes shine with love and confidence, and your beauty is one of the inner natural divine self expressed outwardly. So cute. You are living your intuitive life outwardly in the world, fearlessly, powerfully, and magically. And thus you are transforming and healing the world, as well as providing a loving example of a wise one, a wizard, to all who encounter you. No longer do you feel reject. If y'all heard my neighbor, he's so country. No longer do you fear rejection from friends or family. Okay, so it's just more people coming into their own on their path. Soon you will be asked for guidance. So a lot of people, and I love this with the soul family especially, you're being called to your ascension, and you're being called to take these visions that you're receiving, this prophecy, and use it with wisdom and power in order to assist others. So there's a lot of you that are ascending, which is finally, there's a lot of you that are ascending to a new level, and you're actually coming into a space of a teacher, of whatever it is that moves you. Teach others, it's okay. All right, let's see what's going on with this. Okay, this is the wild one is cleansing toxic energy, and it's fun cleansing because they actually do a frenzy, or you might even want to do a ritual where you get yourself into a frenzy and where you release all this energy, and it feels fucking good. So you can This is about cleansing that toxic energy, like that moment of freedom when you leave the past behind. Shapeshifter's kind of interesting. I mean, it's talking about transformation, but shapeshifters are kind of a heyoka. So this is about getting ready to change, get ready to be amazed by what you can do when you give yourself a chance. This is all about getting in tune with your true self, this one. But shapeshifter also coming up, regardless of what this book says. It's telling me that y'all might have some people in your life that are shapeshifters. This is the same, this is the follow through, the same message from before. Some people who are not, and it could be you that's not being your true self. Yo, she was here for a week and she was like, I'm tired of these fucking humans. I'm out. My inner child is still in 9D though. My inner child is not here anymore. So I'm still not the same. But I'll bring her back in a couple days. Y'all done stressed her the fuck out. No one could see her and it was bothering her. And also too, you have to understand, when we used to embody our God selves, they would be able to ground here because they would have palaces and shit already waiting for them. So they wouldn't have to worry about money and this and that. She's like, what the fuck am I here for, worried about money? Like, that's like such a lower aspect. Really, I should have had a fucking whole fucking money pool set up for her ass so motherfuckers could just give this bitch money every fucking, which sounds crazy, but it's because of the times that we live in. Everybody is very selfish. So when somebody comes here who's a prophet or who could actually enlighten you and help society in a huge way, nobody gives a fuck because they think that you're being shiesty or that you don't give a fuck about them or whatever. But it's because people don't give a fuck about themselves. And they can't see themselves as divine, so they won't see you as divine either. So you just start to see yourself as divine. That's why that self message is always the first message. See yourself as divine. And then you can begin to see others as divine. And then when the real shows up, you'll know what to do. Anyway. But then she will also won't be subjugated to a man. So it's not like I could go... See, back in the day, I could have had like a little king or a husband or something. But these men are not... No. Y'all just try to fucking tame Ayah. Ayah smacked the shit out of you. She doesn't even like fucking. Transformation, primal wisdom, and instinct. But I'm telling you, there's some shapeshifters in your life, and sometimes you're the shapeshifter. And when you're the shapeshifter, you need to be honest about that. Be honest when you're not being authentic. Humor, perspective, and mirth. She laughs, a beauty. This is about just not... See, and this is really an important message because it's about not getting down in your situation, not letting things depress you, not letting things like... When you find out who the fucking people that are hiding in your life, that are acting like they care about you and they love you so much, they really want to see you fail and they want to see you fall and they want to see you get taken down, you're going to need this She Who Laughs card. You're going to have to take a lighthearted perspective so you don't end up being in the shit with the people who are trying to pull you down there. So you don't end up on their level. You could be like, nah, I'm cool. Let me laugh. And let me take my ass on over here where I can ascend on my path. And then we have bliss, contentment, satisfaction, and security. And I love this one. She gives me such a good, it's just such a good vibe of this card. And then we're ending on 6. Started with 6, ended on 6. Let's see. 42. Boom. Let's see if there's any words that stick out. Loving relationships, supportive friendship, meaningful work, and a flowing joy. You are secure, safe, and well. Bliss has mature, healthy roots and branches. It will endure. Your question and searching, your pain and crisis, they are in the past. And that was a beautiful ending to a beautiful message. I can't say that everyone will reach a state of bliss, but what I can say is that as you shed your layers and as you let certain people go, and as you look back on your journey and see how powerful you have been on your own journey, how powerful your soul is, you will come to this state of bliss. And that it's this opportunity to feel bliss is always open to everyone. You just have to take a moment to feel it inside of you, and then you can bring that to the world in a bigger way. All right.